We'll go on to the Clown Prince now. We'll go on to Johnson, because we're talking about election thoughts. Like, it's pretty heartbreaking, to be honest. I thought we'd do a lot better.
Boris Johnson's electoral victory was a symbol of the racism, xenophobic tendencies and just ignorance that exists still in British society. I'm not calling people racist, xenophobic, and ignorant. There are a lot,
bias,
but there are a lot of people in British society who are racist, xenophobic, and racist.
That City fan who was, heard an abuse at Fred, and someone else that was I don't know if it was Martial, I can't remember who it was. And you see it a lot more in football now, which is terrifying, because these guys will do it in public, no shame.
It's become a lot more normalised to be racist, xenophobic, blah blah blah, because our elected officials are now doing it. Because people of power are acting like that they are normalising racism. That people in society will just do the same, and it's only a matter of time before this rhetoric will continue, and we'll start to see some horrible, crimes.
He wants to reform the judiciary. That's some authoritarian stuff right there. He wants to make it to the US system. The US system's a joke. You have Brett Kavanaugh.
Yeah.
Brett Kavanaugh, and I don't know if I did a video on him or not, but this man, bruv, he's got that crying face on it. He's like 4-year-old. His lolly's been nicked by his mum or something.
But he's a person who has had everything in life handed to him. He's had the
he got
best
into
education.
Yale because I think it was Yale because his dad went there.
Yeah, and that's what a lot of elites in the UK and the US have, is that it's like a family right that people, my dad went there and his dad went there, so I deserve to be here. I'm better than you because
Kavanaugh.
Yeah, and like I said, divine right of kings. It's just people think they have that right.
This man, forget just the allegations against him, right? His voting record is not the best. His judge record is not the best. There were I think reports that he had leaked emails from some the Democrats in 2004, and then he denied having them, even though it was clearly him.
Yeah,
and he
just a horrible.
Gorsuch. I think Gorsuch was another one where he basically there was a case of a guy who. He was I think his truck, something happened to his lorry, and it got stuck in the snow. But he had to leave the truck because he would have died. And all the other judges were like, yeah, this man deserves some little compensation. Yeah. And Gorsuch was like, ha, no. Do you know what I mean? That's the kind of guy I think Gorsuch is. And Trump has picked them two. Gorsuch, who one of my lecturers respect as an intellectual, I don't, because I think he's a scumbag.
Yeah.
And you have Brett Kavanaugh, who's just
an awful person. And going back to Boris Johnson, I think I won't beat around the bush and say that I don't like the man. I think he's an absolutely abhorrent human being.
Also, Stormzy doesn't like the man either. Yeah. Stormzy also doesn't like a few people.
That's true. But an awful person who believes that he is better than the working class man. He has said that.
He has said that. Yeah, he's said some horrible things.
His dad said that. And Boris Johnson is not your friend. You have more in common than an EU worker coming into work as a nurse than you do with Boris Johnson.
Carla, mate. Carla the rapper.
Yeah.
He's brilliant. And he's talking about how white working class people have a lot more in common with working class immigrants than they ever had with, aristocrats or, the rich. Because class solidarity is far more powerful.
Yeah. If you haven't done the political compass, do it. It's a very good little quiz.
I'll try and link it below.
Yeah, it's a very good quiz. I've done it a few times just to kind of keep track. There is a question that says we are more divided by nationality than we are by class, or something along those lines. And we are divided more by class than nationality.
Because historically, there's a lot of racism there, but it's always been classist. When we had workhouses, where basically they put people that were poor and didn't have a job or whatever, they put them into these workhouses because they thought these people were just work shy.
Yeah.
And so what happened was they didn't want people who, they called them deserving poor, widows, orphans, and those sorts of people, old people, into workhouses because they thought that they've had a hard life. It's not their fault, the circumstances. But who are the people predominantly in those workhouses? Old people who couldn't work because they're old. Yeah. Widows who were poor because the breadwinner is dead, or divorce. Or of you widows, that means the breadwinner is divorced. Women didn't typically go to work back then.
Yeah.
Orphans, your parents are dead. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
You're a 12-year-old, you get put in a factory. Not the best situation. You're not going to be able to get out of that either.
Yeah.
That's why we stop child labour. Because it's more important that kids go to school. It's more important for them as people to go to school and actually get an education. And also for the economy as well. Because you've got kids who can't read or write. Do you know what I mean? There's only so long you can be digging bits of cotton out of, dark places. You see what I'm saying? And you can't do that now. Like, things don't exist, and that's why, you know, as a society, I think we came together and said education's important.
Yeah, and my advice to anyone is show solidarity with people around you. Don't look at people like Boris Johnson and Jacob Rees-Mogg and think that they're your friend.
Well, the other problem is I think people always think that they're only a few moves away from being rich, or, you know.
You are a lot closer to being in absolute poverty than you are to being
a millionaire. Normally you're about 4 paychecks away from being homeless.
Yeah. Never forget that. And when you look at people like Boris Johnson saying, we must come together, he is not we.
He's not with that. And you know when Cameron was talking about how, you know, we have to all tighten our belts. It's like, my guy was eating like filet mignon and all that cool stuff.
He is not going to tighten his belt with us. The people around you, the people who are sitting and working with you on the same wages, people who are, you know, doing the cleaning, doing the cooking, people that work at your local pub, they're the ones who are on your side, not the people who are in charge of this incompetent government.
So, yeah, I think that sums up decent thoughts about the Clown Prince.
I think that pretty much sums up the few questions, the cabinet and the Commons.
In fairness, with the cabinet, there was one point I really wanted to make where he's basically got a cabinet of people who are desperately loyal rather than good at their job. Like, he fired the guy, the Northern Ireland minister, and he actually was one of the key players in getting Stormont back together, getting the Irish Parliament, or wherever Stormont is, you know, back in action.
Yeah.
And then Boris was like, yeah, good job, mate, bye bye.
Yeah.
And you're just like, bro, you just fired the guy who's actually competent.
Yeah.
And like, did you see the video where they did like the nursery school thing? It's like how many nurses? It's like 18,000.
Yeah.
How much money overnight? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, and I'm thinking like, it's a cult of loyalty now. Where that's why he's kept Patel, because she did loyal.
Yeah, but you look at you look at the main people. Matt Hancock, idiot.
I can't give my favourite Matt Hancock moment because it's rude, but it's hilarious.
Can't even do basic maths. Let's be real. Dominic Raab.
Oh yeah, with the nurses thing. Where, that was great.
Dominic Raab, awful person. Shouldn't even.
Yeah, he
be
talked about how
government.
helping disabled people was a childish wish list because they didn't have the money. Got money for a tax cut, though, don't you?
Yeah.
Joker.
Priti Patel, we've covered her. Absolute witch. Who else is in the government?
Rishi Sunak was a big guy in the banking sector.
Yeah.
Trade guy, doing with stocks and stuff. Now he's in charge of the exchequer.
Unfortunately.
I wouldn't be surprised there's a lot of deregulation going on there.
Yeah.
Let's not forget Javid worked for Deutsche Bank.
Yeah, and he made a lot of money. A lot of money. Jacob Rees-Mogg, I know he's not really in a position of power. He's kind of...
Is he a minister of that portfolio or something like that?
I thought he was head of the Commons.
Oh, something like that, yeah.
Again, Jacob Rees-Mogg is what...
Sleepy Rees-Mogg on the bench.
Sleepy Mogg. He is what stupid people think intelligent people are. Because he's got a double-breasted suit, and he has a nice posh accent. People go, he must be intelligent. He couldn't even tie his own shoelaces.
One of my lecturers said that it's always strange how working class people are always obsessed with like toffs and people who speak like that.
Yeah.
And like the irony is, Cameron was one of the ones who tried to cut that out because he thought that it makes him seem too privileged. But the irony is, actually, it's worked for people like Mogg. But the thing is, Johnson's a bumbling idiot, and Mogg is, he talks like this, and you're just thinking like, how do you like one guy who's a bumbling oaf and the other who talks he speaks the Queen's English?
It's the two kind of polar opposites. Like people go, oh, Boris Johnson, he's funny, he's got a scruffy haircut, and he's a bit of a clown, but he's really relatable and funny. He's not relatable and he's not funny. He's the dangerous man who's...
His dad got him into Oxford. Like, can anyone listen to this? Did your dad get you into Oxford? No.
My dad left.
My dad doesn't know well. He don't know there's 2 universities in Oxford properly. But that's my point, is that his dad got him into Oxford. His dad got him into Eton.
Yeah. And his lecturers hated him. Like the reviews they said about him.
Do you know what?
Dreadful.
I remember, the old presidential debates where Rubio, right, he actually roasted Trump. Where he goes, "If it wasn't for your daddy's money, you'd be selling watches in Manhattan." I wouldn't be surprised if Boris would be selling watches on Oxford Street. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
You look at Trump as well. Like, speaks about the military. The military is so great.
He ducked the draft.
Yeah, he does a draft. And like, the man doesn't care about
the Vietnam War was probably one of the stupidest decisions. I think that and the Afghanistan War were probably the 2 dumbest decisions the US has made foreign policy wise. Yeah. Could be wrong on that one.
If you have any other suggestions for stupid foreign policy, please let us know.
For the US, and then...
We are doing this on the spot, so...
Yeah, and so like, Vietnam was a really stupid decision. Bro, you got beaten by farmers. You see that Yu-Gi-Oh! I think... Did you tag Craig in it, or Craig tagged you in it? Where his like US military, and then Yu-Gi pulls out Vietnamese farmers, and then Kyber gets blown away. Yeah. It's so... Oh, that meme is just one of the best. Which are one of the best. And so I think there's a Call of Duty game where you jump into Vietnam War and then
Black Ops.
Is it Black Ops 1?
Black Ops 1's based in. I'm pretty sure Black Ops 1's based in Vietnam.
And like
a great game as well.
You do well. You're holding the point, and all the tanks come. You're like, what was the main character's name? Mason. He's like, Mason, we gotta get out of here. And I'm just like, bro, this isn't fair, man. These man have tanks. Like, how many rocket launchers do you have?
No, a great game.
And so it's probably the best Black Ops game in the franchise.
I'd agree. Black Ops 1, but all the Black Ops games.
I like the one with the Mexican villain guy. He had the chip in his eye or something like that, and he hacked into their machinery. I think it was Black Ops 3. I think it was. I'm not sure.
What's the one where you meet Castro? Is that Black Ops 1 or 2?
That's one.
Is it one? Yeah.
Yeah, because he goes in there. It's the Bear Pigs on it.
Yeah.
Where you think you got Castro, and then Castro just munch you off.
Yeah, it's someone else, and you're like.
And 1-0 for Delman.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
And so.
But if you want historical accuracy, play Call of Duty Black Ops. Is the main point?
In fairness, the Bay of Pigs was denied by I think it was JFK at the time, where he said no, we weren't involved in this, and everyone was like, yeah, you were though.
Well, you're not going to be like, yeah, we were. Okay.
That failed attempt to pull a coup in Cuba. That was us guys, and we're really sorry, Cuba, but I'll do it again.
And JFK was killed by the CIA. I guess that's a whole other podcast.
Huh?
That's probably a whole other podcast.
That probably is. It's not one we have expertise on, to be fair.
No.
So it'll go